These are the watches worn at the Oscars. In this video, we're taking a look at what all of your favorite actors and actresses were wearing at the biggest night in cinema. From the likes of Robert Downey Jr., Ryan Gosling, Anya Taylor-Joy, and the watch that was the only thing that John Cena had on. Before we get started, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you guys are ready, let's get started. Now, first up on our list, we have Bradley Cooper, who wore the Louis Vuitton tambour. I'm not a lover of fashion house watches, but honestly, I think LV nailed it with this one. This piece here got released in 2023, and honestly, I think it looks so classy, especially this version here that comes in rose gold, and has a retail price of $52,000. Ryan Gosling wore and performed in this new piece by Tag Heuer. This is the Carrera Plasma Diamond Avant-Garde. It comes in a size of 36mm, features an 18 karat white gold case, paired with a combination of both white and pink lab-grown diamonds. Now, since it's lab-grown diamonds, honestly I figured it'd be cheaper, but nope, it still retails for $100,000. Chris Hemsworth is next and wore this Audemars Piguet Royal Oak chronograph. This is the collaboration that AP did with Alix. Now, if you love gold, this is for you because it comes in full 18 karat yellow gold, from the bracelet to the case and dial, and are selling on the market for around $190,000. Ke Huy Quan wore one of my favorites. This is a Cartier Santos Dumont skeleton, and I think it's just pure class. Released in 2023 and is limited to only 150 pieces. It comes in yellow gold with a mix of blue lacquer, and has a retail price of $42 grand. But if you're ever lucky enough to find one of 150 of these on the market, expect to pay a lot higher. Roger Federer has immaculate wrist game. He attended the Oscars wearing this Rolex Daytona Le Mans. This new piece from Rolex was just released last year for the 100th running of the famous Le Mans race. That features the 100 in red on the bezel, comes in white gold, and has a stunning open case back. These are selling on the market for around $215,000. Now, Roger was also accompanied at the Oscars by his wife Mirka, who usually rocks some stunning pieces by Rolex, and she certainly did this night. Here on her wrist is a rose gold Rolex Day-Date, but not no ordinary Day-Date. This one here is covered in diamonds from the bracelet to the bezel and dial, and the hour markers are a rainbow gem set. All factory, of course. This piece sells for around $130,000. Mark Consuelos also wore an amazing piece from Rolex, this vintage Daytona. The oh-so-beloved reference 6263 that's in yellow gold, that are selling on the market for upwards of $300 grand. Matthew McConaughey is next, and he wore this watch by Jacob & Co. called the Jean Bugatti. Jacob and Bugatti have had a partnership for a few years now, and so this piece has its name Jean Bugatti because he was the eldest son of founder Ettore Bugatti, who eventually became the groundbreaking designer and engineer for the company. So this piece here from Jacob & Co. was designed after the Type 57SC Atlantic that comes in a rose gold casing and retails for about $250,000. Cord Jefferson rocked this Omega Speedmaster Moonwatch Professional. This is the brand new version of the Speedmaster that just released last week with an all new white dial. I had the chance to try this on in person, and honestly, the hype is legit. I think this piece looks so clean and comes with a retail price of $8,100. Robert Downey Jr. had a huge night, winning his first Oscar, and for it, he wore a stunning piece. He wore this Jaeger LeCoultre Reverso tribute chronograph that comes in rose gold, with one of the sides being a skeleton dial that is just insane. I love this piece, and has a retail price of $38,000. And here's another good one. Taylor Zakar Perez wears this watch by Vacheron Constantin. This is the Traditionnel Tourbillon Retrograde Date Open Face that comes in rose gold. I think the detail on this watch is just absolutely amazing. And that's why it commands a price tag of $200,000. I think it's safe to say that The Rock's watch matched his gray fit pretty well. Here on his wrist is this Bulgari Octafinissimo. This is the chronograph version and comes in titanium that you can find on the market for about 13 grand. Now, if you've been on TikTok or maybe Instagram, you might just be familiar with this guy Cole, who does the famous glambot shots on the red carpet. Well, he's also a big watch enthusiast and wore an amazing piece. The one he has on here is the Simone Brett Chronometer Artisans. The detail on this watch is just absolutely stunning. From the open worked movement to its dial, it's also a very limited production piece that comes with a price tag of around $57,000. Anya Taylor-Joy wore this bracelet / watch from Jaeger-LeCoultre. Named the 101 Rain, it comes in white gold set with diamonds, and it's quite amazing that they fit a manual wind movement into its only 6.8mm wide piece, and the price tag is pretty amazing as well at 150 grand. Glenn Powell was definitely giving Tom Ford vibes, and here on his wrist is this piece by Tag Heuer. This is the Monaco, the black dial version, that retails for $7,700. Maybe if I was absolutely jacked, I'd have better social anxiety to pull this off. Because literally the only thing John Cena had on was this Rolex Explorer 2. The 42mm version that comes with a white dial, that on the market you can pick up for about 10 grand. Sterling K. Brown wore this watch by IWC. This is the Portuguese regulator tourbillon made out of white gold that you can find on the market for about 36 grand. Cillian Murphy took home an Oscar and also wore this 40mm steel Omega DeVille Prestige that I think fits him pretty well and retails for $4,600. Simu Liu rocked this watch by Jacob & Co. This is called the World Is Yours dual time zone and comes in rose gold. When this watch first came out, honestly, I wasn't the biggest fan, but seeing how this blue pops on the wrist, I now think it looks so good. And comes with a retail price of 57 grand. Jean-Baptiste also has some excellent wrist game. If you happen to remember, at the Grammys, he wore this Vacheron Constantin Overseas Tourbillon in white gold with a baguette diamond bezel. Just an absolute insane piece. Well, for the Oscars, he wore another great one. This watch here is called the J.N. Shapiro Resurgence. This piece comes in rose gold and is just full of details, from its engraved dial and case to its stunning open case back. It's an all-around gorgeous piece that deems to be the first fully made in America watch since 1969. And apparently they're only making 30 of these a year and has a retail price of 85 grand. It's very difficult to see what Bad Bunny has on here, but trust me, I've got insider info. Bad Bunny has on here this watch by Cartier. This is the Tank Centre Skeleton from their 2018 collection and comes with a retail price of around $97,000. You may or may not be familiar with this next guy. If not, well, this is Wisdom K, who has over 9 million followers on TikTok. And lucky for him, he was able to attend this year's Oscars and wore a pretty sweet piece for it. Here on his wrist is an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Skeleton. This is the 39mm version that comes in steel with an open work dial. And what's pretty cool about this piece is, no, he wasn't sponsored by AP to wear this. He actually recently purchased this watch that has a market value of around $110,000. If I had my choice out of these, I'm either taking the Cartier Santos or the JLC, but let me know in the comments if you had your choice, what would you choose? Thanks for watching this video, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next week.